Welcome to Pride Against Prejudice, a Shadowrun 4th edition actual play podcast.
Hi, I'm Simon and I'm playing Huggy Bear.
Hi, I'm Al and I'll be playing Maverick.
Hi, I'm Jack and I play Tycoh.
Hi, I'm Michael and I'll be playing Sunshine.
And my name is Rhydian, I'm the GM. If you would like any bonus content, a link to our living campaign map can be found in the show notes, along with a link to our Discord where you can get occasional bonus episodes, and if you'd like to add locations to the map or just ask us questions, you're welcome to join us there. If you stick about for a few seconds at the end of the episode, we also have a question for you as well. Following content may contain themes and materials not suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised. Before we dive into the episode, here's some pay data on another one of the Shadowrun podcasts out there for you to listen to.
Yo Shadowpunks, here's a Shadow fact for you.
Berlin. It's a bug, not a feature. Not a feature.
We are a German actual play Shadowrun podcast.
Hoi Oma, willkommen in Berlin, willkommen im Status F. Ein Shadowrun 6 Actual Play Podcast.
Yeah, that's right. A fucking German actual play. Our podcast is edited fast-paced, we get super high production value, and the sound design is top-notch. In our AP, we focus on character development and immersive storytelling. Oh, come on, ChatGPT, that is so fucking generic. Absolutely bullshit, nothing saying. You need to highlight the things that set us apart from other actual plays. Like that we are very, very focused on the rules. Because we play in Germany, and in Germany you play by the rules. Also, fun fact, we only use military march music for the score. Yeah, okay, that's a total lie. But anyhow, slot your Saxonian lingo soft and give us a listen everywhere where you find podcasts. And now back to the show.
The team have a location for where Hazel's grandmother is being held. Of course it's in the second most ghoul-infested nightmare districts of New York. Next to the most dangerous ghoul-infested nightmare district in New York. Let's make this quick, shall we? As you sift through the messages on his comlink, Sunshine, one of them catches your eye. It seems to be an invoice for a warehouse in Tanaka's personal emails. Opening it, your stomach drops a little. This is definitely it. And of course, it's on the Westmound Graveyard, overlooking the Staten Island boat graveyard. Of course it is. Just fragging, of course it is.
Lovely. I take a quick screenshot of it and just fling it out to the group chat. You're gonna love this, guys.
Okay, what are we looking at?
Looks like a boat graveyard.
So it's a joke, right?
Nope.
Is that an old carrier? I went to a party once with my parents, and it was like a decommissioning party for one of those, and like they turned the whole upper deck into a dance floor. It was wonderful.
So, what do you guys know about Westmound?
That it's full of ghouls and you should never go there.
That it's completely unsafe and you should never go there.
That is not a nice place and you should never go there.
Yes, that's pretty much. Oh, flag.
Are we going to have to call in favors and go in there in the full panoply of war?
You know, the fun thing is that it's overlooking the ship graveyard, which means we might not actually need to worry about the Westmount Graveyard that much. Because the absolute horror that is the ship graveyard might just be worse. Oh, flag.
How could it be worse than a haunted graveyard overrun with ghouls?
A haunted graveyard overrun with ghouls, it's immediately above the water, which is pretty much what the shipyard graveyard is.
Are there some things as aquatic ghouls? I mean, I'm trying to imagine how this could get worse, and aquatic ghouls is all that comes into my head.
I mean, I suspect that's what they're trying for. Oh, fuck. Really? Can you triple check the information? I don't want to go there and find out that we didn't need to.
Huggy, like, this is from...
No, I don't want to go.
Huggy, this is from the horse's mouth. Like, sorry.
Yeah,
It's, this is it.
I suppose there's like one sentient ghoul that is king of all the other non-sentient ghouls, and he's a really nice guy who will just do what we ask of him out of the goodness of his heart, or whatever ghouls have instead of a heart.
So, well, okay, for it starts. There are lots of sentient ghouls in Westmount and the ship graveyard. Plenty. There's lots more non-sentient ghouls, but there's plenty of sentient ghouls. The Westmount graveyard, there's a bunch of, they basically have their own gangs. They have deals with gangs from the other neighborhoods, and they deal with stuff. The boat graveyard ghouls have a slightly different reputation. So, the boat graveyard ghouls like to kidnap people and hunt them. They are sentient. The ghouls are fully sentient. They kidnap people, they let them loose on that carrier's deck, and then they hunt them through the graveyard.
So they're monsters by biology and by choice. Wonderful.
There's not a lot of places in New York that are worse.
So, while this conversation about the most delightful tourist destination in New York State is going on, Sunshine, you're in Tanaka's emails, you've had a little dig around while looking for this. There's a couple of other little things that catch your eye as well. There seems to be a long string of messages between Tanaka and one Hasebe Kenshin about a debt of around 400,000 new yen.
In which direction?
That Tanaka owed Kenshin. It seems that Kenshin was previously willing to give him quite a lot of leeway. There's mentions of mutual interests and benefactors, but the messages suddenly stop near the beginning of August.
I can't imagine why.
Don't tell me we did this reptile a favour.
And then there's a new string of messages between him and Hua Tian of the Triad, informing Tanaka that they have bought his debt and the Triad are collecting, and hints about the consequences of failure to cough up.
Well,
so the change in ownership that we caused is causing financial pressure on this guy.
Oh, marvellous. Etienne, does he owe us a favour? We helped him. Surely he'd be able to help us a little bit.
Sorry, guys, can you remind me who...
Hasebe Kenshin was the guy we attacked with a concrete block and turned into paste.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
Etienne is the Triad rep. Female, by the way, Jack.
No, male.
What?
He's male.
Hua is a feminine name, but he is a man.
I thought she was a woman. I thought he was a woman.
They're a character from the 4th edition missions pack. They're a dude.
Right. Okay, my bad.
If this is wrong, it ain't my error.
Gotcha. Etienne was the Triad rep that we talked into... We told we were doing the job and we talked into making a few aggressive moves immediately after.
Yeah.
To take a little bit of pressure off of us, to make us look like hitmen.
Yes, okay, I remember now. Mm-hmm.
And the deal was basically that we would... we told him we were doing the job.
Mm.
In exchange for him taking the pressure off, and that was that transaction concluded.
Mm-hmm.
So no, we are not owed any favours there. How does that chain of emails end?
Just hints about the consequences of failure to pay within the next few days.
Are we still within the next few days?
Yeah, just about.
About. Right, so he is incredibly desperate for money.
Give me a minute, let me finish chewing. I have an excellent plan.
I have an excellent plan.
Mav, you go first.
Do nothing. Because when we mess up this guy's schemes by freeing Granny, he is going to not make the money he needs to pay off his debts.
So he's doing this.
To pay off Rhydian.
Yeah.
I mean, should we call ahead and be like, hey, Rhydian, you remember us? We helped you one time and then you helped us in return. One of your, I don't know, pet lizards that thinks it's a corporate goon for some reason, is going to renege on his debt. Do you want to, like, just remove him beforehand?
He's only going to renege on the debt if we remove him. If we remove Granny.
Yeah, I think that Rhydian would probably more like the money more than they would like the Granny to be free.
Well, anyway, we can go and free Granny ourselves, and then we can just be like, hey, we know all about your debt to Rhydian. Sure would be a shame if Wu Xing found out that you're dealing with triads. No, wait, not Wu Xing, Xiuase. Yeah, obvious links between your, equal rights guy and the fucking Yakuzas. That will go down swimmingly. Triads.
Both.
There's too many kinds of gangs in New York. There really should be a help sheet.
I'm sorry. You think New York is bad? I'm from Denver.
Yeah, but Denver isn't so much a city so much as, like, just lots of gangs piled up together with a dragon on top of them.
Basically, yeah.
4 countries in a trench coat masquerading as a city-state with a dragon in charge.
Yep, the dragon's in the top of the trench coat, yeah. I'm from Rhode Island. Like, the largest gang ever encountered was 6 kids on push bikes.
I believe there was mention of the chess club as well at one point.
Yeah.
Was the 6 kids on bikes the chess club?
No, the chess club had rigged up some, it was a steel lynx with all the weapons taken off of it. They'd hooked that up to a wheelie bin and used it as a chariot to menace old ladies.
I mean, I did at one point. Wasn't a steel lynx, but
So, you've managed to get some useful information from this guy's comlink. You have the address of the warehouse. What you do?
Committing my soul to God, I suppose.
That seems wise.
Because Craig, just like what?
Dear God, please help us through this and ensure that we survive. Otherwise, you're going to have all 4 of us to deal with in about 5 minutes' time. XOXOXO, Love Toiger.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's see if we can blackmail God into letting us live.
That phrase in that accent.
Karma for can we blackmail God into letting us live?
So, you're heading over there.
Yes, let's head over.
I mean, okay, so they have a warehouse in Westmount.
Yep.
It is presumably not... If they're paying for this warehouse, it's presumably not in the graveyard itself.
Looking at the map, it seems to be outside of the old Fresh Kills Park.
So that park was largely built over, but large chunks of it were then dug up to use as mass graves.
Cheerful.
Yeah, Westmount is a friendly place.
Vitas, various other magical whoopsies, the Night of Rage.
Yeah, they started using it as a mass grave in the 2005 quake, and then just kept using it as a mass grave every time that horrible things happened. So there's a lot of corpses up there, and so Toiga, I don't know how magic works, but I suspect that there's some sort of horrible, feeling behind this place. cause.
Yeah, no, so this explains an awful lot, because when the wind's from the south, I wake up with a migraine. And I was wondering why this was, and I've made a little project for myself. I was going to pack a picnic, and I was going to go explore Westmount Graveyard, and see what was causing me to have these migraines, and now I needn't bother.
That may also just be the fact that wind's coming across as a flesh kills dumping grounds.
Yeah, so when the wind's from the southeast, I get a headache because of Bloodroot Valley. And yeah.
I mean, everybody does.
I'm gonna assume that this conversation is taking place on the drive over there.
Yes, we are driving over.
So it's going to take you about 25 minutes to get over there. So I will adjust the timer accordingly. You now have 5 hours and 20 minutes to rescue Grannie before Hazel is absolutely forced to throw the fight. After hammering it across Staten Island as fast as you can without drawing unwanted attention, you pull up not far from the warehouse that Sunshine found. It looks like absolute dreck. It was probably originally abandoned 40 years ago, and the area has only some small signs of renovations, with a Wuxing construction subsidiary signs up in the area, and mostly torn down again, including one on the warehouse that the data pointed to. So there's urban decay. They've tried to patch it up, but the urban decay has fought back a little bit. It's still semi-used, this area, but it's sketchy as all hell.
I mean, Westmount Graveyard is E-rated.
Yeah.
It is not, like, non-functional. It's not the boat graveyard is Z-rated. It's actual hell. This is technically a functioning part of society.
Depending upon your definition of society, yes.
So local ghoul gangs do kind of keep some semblance of order.
Because if the ghoul gangs let the ferals get out of hands, the, corp military police will sweep in and kill a huge number of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see why Wuxing gave up on this place. Like, the wood and water chi is all over the shop. Like,
when you're driving over there, Toiga, there is one bit where Huggy does drive through the graveyard proper, and this will be a new experience for Sunshine in particular. There's quite the background count. At one point, when you're driving past, it looks like a big brick of concrete. Oh my god, the waves of astral energy coming off that, they make you feel deeply unwell. That's got a background count, mechanically speaking, of 3, so Sunshine Sunshine would completely lose access to all magic briefly while you drive past it.
Toiger's at less than half and Mav's at half.
Yeah, it was...
When Tage doesn't feel a thing.
Nope.
Huggy has a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, but it's like, oh god, that block of concrete looks fucking evil.
And the three of us are, on the verge of throwing up.
Like, Toiger is actively, he's covering the lower half of his mouth, he's shaking, he's crying, and for, a good, minute until after you get away from it, he's like...
Oh, this place sucks.
Yeah, there's a rusted crane next to it that they used to use to load up the concrete brick. It's,
What was that?
That was a mass grave.
Ugh.
Yeah. Westmount Graveyard. It's bad.
But yeah, Westmount Graveyard is genuinely horrifying. As someone who is not magically tuned, it's just deeply uncomfortable, and looking up at this mound of what is largely now weed-entangled earths, and the signs of hurried burial and even more hurried disinterment. Hurried internment and even more hurried disinterment. This place is just flagging horrible. For you guys who can actually feel what it was like for the people who are, dying here, It's a good time.
By the way, Sunshine,
Yep.
right in the middle of the splitting migraine you're getting off this, you get a text message.
Who from?
Seems to be from your dirty cop contact.
Oh, give me a second, guys. Need to reply to this. Hey, Chummer, what's up?
So, before you can reply, when you open it, you get a video that's clearly shot from an aerial drone of a police van and a massive fragging gunfight. Your van, well, Huggy's van, driving up, Sally Boom Boom getting pulled out of it, a lot of cops getting gunned down, one of them getting run over, a Molotov it's party time, and the text underneath says, I agreed to help you if nobody got hurt. Do not call me again, Slitch.
I really want to show concern and be supportive here. If you could just write down what it is that's upsetting you, and I'll try and counsel you through it. Oh gee, might have to stop the car. I think I might be sick. Oh god. Yep.
Well, I think we can safely say that contact's burned. It's what happens when runs go wrong.
As you pull up, behind you is the gigantic mound the area is named after, with the thousands of dead from the litany of crises of the first half of the century underneath it, and the ghouls that roam it hiding in its darkness. Beyond the warehouse, out in the waters of Arthur Kill, the river that separates Staten Island from New Jersey, you can see the rotting, rusting hulks of the Staten Island boat graveyard, slowly leaching oil and other pollutants into the water as the rusted tangle of dead ships that the most dangerous ghouls in the city have made their home quietly decays. So, you're in an industrial shithole outside of a warehouse you were given the address for. What's your next moves?
Is there a background count in the area that we're currently in? Is there going to be any impairment to me and Mav and Sunshine using up?
There's not a background count where you are now. If you dip into the astral, it ain't pretty, but it's not quite background count levels of ugliness.
So Toyga's gotten out the van, hands on knees, taking a few deep breaths, right. Okay.
Agi will actually get out of the cocoon to help Toyga get out of the van.
Right. Okay.
Deep breaths. Okay? We're gonna be fine. We'll be fine.
This place needs to be Thor-shotted twice.
It looks like it already has been.
If I had 20 years and the entire resources of Wu Jing at my disposal, and every astromancer under the sun, I don't know that I could fix this place.
I don't think this place is fixable.
I'm terrified to summon anything for fear of what I'll get. We need to get out of here quickly. Where's the warehouse? Where's the front door?
Slow down, Tiger.
Here is a bottle of sports drink. Get it down you, get some fluids back into you. You're going to need your head in the game for this.
Somehow chugs entire sports drink bottle in 2 massive gulps.
Not healthy, Tiger.
Agi will get back into the van, seal herself back into the cocoon, and feel a lot safer having 2 separate layers of metal in between her and the outside.
I don't blame her. This seems entirely sensible and reasonable.
There's a whir of servos and the clicking noise of guns coming into action. The drones rise up off of Brendel's mother.
Before we start launching drones, can we have a look at this place?
Yeah, sure. Give me a perception check. By what means are you perceiving the place?
First of all, natural eyesight, and then multiband radar sensor.
Okie doke.
Which, as far as I'm aware, just runs off my natural eyesight.
How close to the warehouse are you? Are you right outside? Are you a way off down the road?
So I'm imagining that the warehouse is part of our unit of different warehouses.
Yep.
And just outside of that, there will be a fence around that.
All right.
I'm parking up sort of near the fence.
Cool.
Gives us a bit of distance between the actual warehouse and us,
so it's not so obvious as they're turning up to raid the place.
No worries.
I've rolled perception to have a look around as well. Like, I am gluing the astral eyes shut. Like, I do not want to see anything I don't have to. I'm looking around just as with my normal eyes, and I got 3 hits.
Okay, and how many hits did other people get?
Huggy got 3, but I'll also be sending up Hugin to do a quick mapping of the area.
Alright, give me a roll for that as well, and we'll get one from Michael as well.
Yep. Let me just go ahead and cross out one of my contacts. That's awesome. That was Karl Pinckney, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hugin got 2 hits.
I only got 1. That was naff.
Perception. Submit. Scrolly. 2 hits for me.
Alright. So, who has low light vision?
Yes.
I do.
Nope.
Huggy, you're the only one who notices something here. You've got low light vision. You're used to working with drones. And you see on the gate that you're near, you look like you've just got out and walked around for a smoke to stretch your legs. You can see a fly spy just on the top of the gate as you walk past.
Right, so they're watching.
And those of you on... So actually, Tycoh would just about be able to notice these as well. There's seems to be a couple of lumps that they don't look like they should be there on top of that warehouse roof. They don't look like industrial equipment. You can't quite see in the darkness what they are.
There's something on the roof up there.
There's a couple of flies. There's at least one fly spy on watch.
The good news is, this sounds like, in addition to the kidnapping, this sounds more professional than the ghouls ever are. The bad news is, this sounds more professional than the ghouls ever are.
Right.
So, Huggy, you've got some sort of drone-related knowledge skill, don't you?
I have,
I think it's agricultural drones or something?
I drone mechanized agriculture.
Could you roll that for me, please?
That's 4 hits.
Nice. So, with 4 hits, doesn't matter if it's agricultural drones, doesn't matter if it's military drones, doesn't matter if it's the busybody sweeping your floor. All drones have a matrix signature.
Ah.
Yeah. Let's see if we can't... Remember when... remember how we got trace... we've had tracers put on us before?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can't do that back to them this time. We know what that fly spy is. If there's anything on that roof, we'll be able to trace it. We'll be able to pick up its signature. Let's see what we're up against before we go in.
So, you would know that standard operating procedure for Shadowrunners is for things to be running in hidden mode, so you will need a scan roll here.
Yep, I will run one, and I highly suggest...
Can I assist?
I would suggest me assisting you. I think you're better at this than I am.
Probably.
Okay, so, Huggy, give me your roll.
That's 2 hits.
So you'll have a +2 on that, Michael. Could you roll me your extended test and just let me know how many rolls it takes you to hit the target number?
Sure.
Your target number will be 15.
15 on 9 dice. 6 rolls took me to reach that.
Nice. So it takes a while, by Matrix standards anyway. I take it you're in hold sim for this, so
yeah.
I'm going to knock off another 5 minutes for sort of the initial perception and investigation and stuff. So you're down to 5 hours and 15 minutes left on the clock. So, looking around in the Matrix, they're being careful. There's 4 fly spies scattered around the area, keeping an eye on the roofs and various entrances to the yard that this warehouse is in. There's also, there's 2 drones on the roof. Looking more closely at those, they seem to be roto drones.
Oh, man, these guys are not messing about, are they?
Can we see how many other comlinks are in the area?
You can. There are 3 icons that seem to be comlinks in the warehouse, and given you've had to do such a high target number roll, I'm happy to give you a little bit of information regarding what's slaved to those comlinks. So one of them seems to have some cyberware attached to it. So the first one has a control rig, cyber eyes, data jack, reaction enhancers,
Rigger.
The second one seems to have cyber eyes, reaction enhancers. That's a cyber spur. There's also an Ingram smart gun attached to it. There's also some like miscellaneous consumer level electronics and stuff as well, but
You're glossing over those because they're not important.
do you care?
No.
That's why
We're
I'm
not going to hack their bloody Kindles.
Yeah, this is why I'm not going into detail on it. And there's also another one that's got wired reflexes, some cyber eyes. Oh, that's a pair of cyber arms. And there's also another Ingram smart gun and an Ares Predator on that one.
So how many bodies are we up to now?
Well, there's 3 comlinks that have cyberware attached to them.
Got 3 comlinks and 2 combat drones.
Yeah, so, question.
One of the comlinks is the Rigger.
There were 3 combat drones, the 2 roto drones, and there's also a Doberman. There does also seem to be a van, an Ares Hermes. Is it an Ares Hermes? It's something or other. Thank you, GMC Hermes.
Does it look like the van that grabbed the grandma?
It's just a matrix icon. You're not looking at the actual van itself. You have no way of knowing.
And we can't see any sign of the grandmother being in the building.
Not on the matrix. The warehouse is dark.
Okay, can I summon a watcher and tell it to go have a wee snoop about? Well, actually, no, I'm going to do an astral perception first.
Okay, do me an astral perception check, please.
Toyger doing the astral equivalent of peeking through his fingers from behind the sofa.
So Toya gets like a boiled sweet, like a Werther's Original or something, and starts sucking on it, and then like does the whole... Because he's got something sweet in his mouth to think about, and that will distract him from the fact that, well, distract from the thing that he's not thinking about. It's going to absurd lengths not to think about it. And no hits. I'm post-edging that, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go, 2 hits. That's a bit better.
It is indeed. So, could you also roll me a composure check, please? Your target number for this is 3.
3 hits.
So, you open your astral eye and immediately have to go, I'm not going to be sick. I'm not going to be sick. You're right on the borderline of where the background count from the Westmound graveyard would start having an effect on you. You fight this down, and on your 2 hits, oh god, the astral here is awful. There's just roiling waves of fear and pain and grief coming off the Westmound graveyard. There's also a very different kind of fear and decay and a weird, unsettling exultation coming off the boat graveyard. It's... wow, the cognitive dissonance that's going on with these 2 clashing here. But you look at the warehouse itself, beyond the weird noise that's going on in the astral here, the warehouse itself doesn't have anything interesting going on there. Somebody could write a fragging thesis on this, but that's not what you're after right now.
Am I seeing anything alive? Any people or...
No.
No. Right. I know...
Bearing in mind, you can't see into the warehouse unless you actually go in, astrally project and go in there.
I'm gonna do that too, just sort of slowly, like walking very slowly, keeping my eyes peeled, looking around for like watchers or mana barriers or anything like that. Just try and walk into the warehouse and see what's going on.
So on your previous perception check, you would have been able to notice any of that. Going fully astral here is uncomfortable. There's just this horrible sensation of being watched from every direction imaginable, and you get the sense that whatever's watching you, it's not nice. There's this deep malevolence in that gaze.
Something like hunger, but angry.
Yeah, also just it has that sense of a kid that pulls wings off a fly.
Something that is just, it does nothing but suffer, and it can't conceive of anyone doing anything other than suffer.
Some of it doesn't feel like it suffers. It feels like it delights in the suffering of others. It's genuinely really unpleasant. But you manage to deal with it, and you take a peek inside the warehouse. There seems to be two figures, and on the astral, shapes are vague. It's auras, it's feelings. It's very difficult to tell exactly what's going on. There's a sense from them of patient boredom, but also of anticipation. Actually, could you roll me an A sense to get a sense for what's going on in the room?
Yep. 2 hits.
So on 2 hits, you're getting this sense of patient boredom, but also a little bit of anticipation from 2 of them. If you had to guess, based on the way the astral form is, you'd say they were sat down, facing one another, maybe? But there's also a third one that seems to be unconscious. It's what you're getting off that is alertness and a little bit of concern, but not alarm. There is also a fourth aura, which is... it feels frailer than the other 2, not as vibrant, and it's unconscious.
So, do I know could I, based on like how far I've gone astrally, would I be able to say, right, so about 10 meters into the warehouse is one aura?
For that, no, because distance means different things on the astral.
Okay.
It's like you can move at the speed of thought, and it's more about emotions and sensations.
Yeah, so I'm not going to get... the physical world is a bit different. Okay. Right, Tycoh sort of zips back into his body, sucks on like his word as original for a bit, stands up, vomits, and then says, right, she's in there. I can't see anything magical. So if there's anything magical in there, it's powerful enough to hide from me, so we're snookered if we go up against it anyway.
You can be fairly sure that the 3 that were alert and moving around, that weren't unconscious, they had cyberware, so you could have gotten that off your A-sensing.
There's a bunch of there's 3 heavily cybered goons in there. 2 of them are up and moving. One of them is sort of semi-conscious. I think it's possibly a rigger.
That checks out with the control rig.
Granny's in there, mercifully unconscious. Is there anything Sunshine can do to usurp control of the guard drones? They're going to know we're in there as soon as we kick the front door in and start melting faces.
She would need to hack into the rigger's comlink to do that, to override control.
Doable, yeah.
Do we want to do this the hacky way, or does Sunshine just want to start blowing holes in his comlink as we go in with the guns?
He can guide his drone or he can fight off Sunshine. I don't think he can do both.
I was going to say, given how much time we have left, and given that the longer we stay here, the more attention we draw from
those drones.
things.
Yes, cool.
Speaking of time, for the extra investigations you've been doing now, astrally and things like that, I'm knocking another 5 minutes off the timer. So 5 hours, 10 minutes left on the clock.
I think, and we at this point, I think, are somewhat experienced in how fragile rotor drones can be.
You've lost a few of them.
I think we take this guy by surprise as much as possible. If we get the first hit in, we can at least make the odds much more in our favor.
Where was the Doberman? The Rush drones were on the roof. Where was the Doberman?
You can't see it. Sunshine can find the node, but that doesn't tell her where that node is in the meat world.
God damn it, you people with your weird worlds that don't spatially correspond to the real one.
She can tell that it's nearby. She can tell, yeah, it's within 50 meters or so of the comlink that it's slaved to, but beyond that...
Who's in favour of getting into the van, ramming through the front door, melting the locks, storming in, killing everyone except Grannie, and then fleeing, cackling into the night?
That seems like a good plan to me.
What does the front door look like it's made of?
The roller shutter? Like, the steel roller shutters.
Yep, I know them well. A, shiny modern one, or a 40-year-old rusting, falling apart roller shutter?
The building looks like it's had some renovations done. I doubt anybody here has got any knowledge skills related to construction or structural engineering, so I'm not going to ask you to roll that.
Well, actually...
Go on, Tiger.
I don't.
I mean, if anybody did, it would be Huggy. It doesn't look shiny and new, put it that way. How strong it is?
Hard to tell.
Does Huggy think that she can put the front of the van through it?
What the hell should I have you roll for this? Pilot groundcraft with logic instead of reaction?
Yeah, that sounds fair.
That's 4 hits.
Nice. Damn it, you actually passed the test and I need to have a look at a book.
I'm sorry.
That's alright, I need the barrier rating table for this. I'll tell you what I'll do. What's the body plus armor on your van?
Not high enough. I want to get more armor on this thing.
Sure, it'd be nice if we had some downtime.
Body is 16, armor is 4, so 20.
I'm gonna say this is a heavy material, so its structure and armor, equivalent to body and armor, is 7/6.
So the van wins, but not by a huge amount.
And this would be handled as a vehicle crash test.
So I can shoot acid out of my fingertips and acid eats through metal. If I weaken it with a blast, will the van do a bit better?
Yeah, you could attack it with something as you drive towards it.
So I blast it with acid, Huggy opens up with the minigun on the roof, and then we smash the van into it. We come off this a little bit better.
Toiga. Huggy's dreams are filled with having a minigun on that van. She doesn't yet.
LMG, not minigun.
Better than nothing.
It goes dum dum dum, not brrt.
Yeah, I do not yet have the brrt gun.
Huggy's nightmares are filled with the ammo consumption of that minigun, though.
That's true. So, Mav, how
Okay.
far can your magic eyes see?
And by magic, I mean not magic. I realize that I do have to specify that to you.
The radar. Good fragging question. There's a signal rating of 2.
So the range on rating 2 signal is 100 meters. So yeah, I would say that you can actually see out to it. So do you want to give me a perception check using that? I'm going to say there's no penalty on this because it doesn't involve the dark.
Indeed it doesn't. Ooh, 6 hits.
Nice. Bloody hell, man. So you lean out the window because otherwise the windscreen will just... Oh, it's a windscreen. Yeah. So you lean out, take a look.
It does go through things. That is the entire point of this exercise.
Yeah, fair. But yeah, you take a look and you're getting a bit more of a clear picture based on the information you've already been given, stuff like that. There seems to be two figures that are sat at a table. From the way their hands are moving, looks like they're playing cards, maybe?
I was gonna guess playing cards.
There seems to be another figure, two figures, lying down in the back of a van. There's also, it's kind of hard to tell exactly what it is, but there's a boxy thing stood outside the van.
Boxy thing?
That'll be our Doberman.
I suspect it's the Doberman.
Mid-thigh in height and about quite long, bit narrower. Yeah, yeah, that's the Doberman. It's got tracks.
Does Huggy own a Doberman?
Huggy owns a Doberman, but she hasn't had time to fix it.
So Mav knows what a Doberman looks like on radar.
Oh yeah, you've run with Grendel a few times now.
Yeah, Mav's well aware of what a Doberman looks like on his radar sensor.
I'm again gonna knock some time off just because we're doing a little bit more investigation, so we're down to 5 hours and 5 minutes.
Mav ties his radar sensor into the group chat briefly and gives everyone a look at the layout, because I can do that.
So, Mav.
Yep.
You have armor-piercing bullets that can probably go clean through that door.
Yes.
How close is the rigger to Grannie?
In the back of the same van.
Rag.
Yep. I'm not shooting that rigger to start the encounter.
In that case, you probably want to shoot the Doberman. So that's going to be the next most dangerous target.
Or street stand with cyber arms.
That's another good point.
While they're having this discussion, because I feel like I'm going to need it, I think I want to summon like a... Has the sun gone down?
Yeah, the sun went down
on the way over here, pretty much.
Yeah, you're probably... Because the fight started around 7... or rather, doors open around 7. Yeah, so sunset has definitely happened.
Okay, so I'm going to summon like a spirit to just have on hand, because I feel like we're going to need it, just while this discussion is going on to save time.
Okay. What are you summoning?
So because the character token exists for it, Force 5 Spirit of Beasts.
Okay. I'll roll my 5 dice. Let me know how many hits you get.
Yep. Roly-poly guacamole.
I am interested to see what kind of beast spirit this place produces.
No, you're not, Huggy.
And by interested, I mean, no, I'm not. I am staying inside my van and not looking at anything.
I said roly-poly there we go, 4 hits.
So, you have 3 net. Please resist 2 drain. What? So, it's not a toxic spirit, but given what this area is like, what is it that you see appear before you on the astral? It actually, in terms of trying to get it on to bend to your will to do what you want, you're getting this sense of weird relief. Like it only there's a little bit of fight back, but it only feels like, oh, I'm expected to do a little bit fine.
So it's mostly a bear, weirdly. It's got an extra pair of limbs, extra pair of arms, like all 6 limbs end in these weirdly human-looking hands. They've got an extra thumb on the other side, but they are very human-looking hands. Seems to be wearing armor, weirdly, and it has like horns. Like they sort of like go down and they follow its jawline and then stick out a bit like bullhorns. It's got a couple extra eyes floating around on its head, and it's armor. It's wearing armor. It seems to be made out of wood, like slats of wood covering it. And Twigger summons it, and it appears, and it opens its mouth, and it looks like it's going to roar or something. And it just starts sobbing.
Aww.
you ever heard somebody and they've had enough? They've had a long day. There's too much going on, and they open their mouth to say something, and all that comes out is crying. The bear, it just does that. Like, it's barely holding itself upright, and it's just so sad. Because this place used to be a garden, and it used to be very beautiful, and the spirit remembers it. And now it is what it is, and it's come through here, and it's just sad. It's very sad.
Oh.
This is... I don't have time to do therapy for you. I'm very sorry. And also really sorry that you're here, but I needed help, and... Look, if I give you this, will you be less sad? And then Tycoh sort of just holds out a little ampule of what... It's almost certainly not blood, because that would be blood magic, but it is an ampule of red liquid.
It just kind of shambles over to you, and 9 inches of tongue just emerge from this thing's mouth. The tongue wraps around the ampule and pulls it back in like a lizard pulling in a fly. And there's a swallowing noise, and through the astral link you get a... Thank you.
Oh, I'm really sorry. I wouldn't have brought you here if I didn't need help really urgently. Oh. Guys, I feel really bad. We need to hurry this up so I can send him home. Also, because we need to rescue Granny.
Yeah, I mean, the faster we're out of this place, the better.
The GM has named this token Sad Bear Unhappy Face.
Or Sad Bear.
Look what you did. You fucked up a perfectly good spirit is what you did. It has anxiety.
I'm not anxious. I'm sad. It was nice here once.
And he lies down, and he's got like his head between his front paws, and he's looking up at you. And like, this is still this is like a grizzly bear. Like, size.
Okay, so we have a terrifying depressed bear now. What do you propose we do with it?
Weaken the door with acid, ram the van through it, destroy the Doberman, kill everyone that gets in our way, and then flee with Granny? And hope the ghouls eat the evidence?
Oh, probably. Okay, so, before we do anything else, I want to make a point. Given the amount of defense they have on the outside of this thing, they've probably made a deal with one of the local ghoul gangs. We want to get in and out of here as quick as possible because the gang might be here to help. Might be willing to lend assistance once they get attacked.
Standard, get out before the response applies.
Yup, but the response in this case is probably not going to be the cops, it's probably going to be ghouls.
That's worse than cops. That is definitely worse than cops. I've met cops, and that's worse.
There are a few things that are, but I think I'm going to go with that.
Mav, you were cops.
That means I've met more than the average number of cops.
You're now down to 5 hours on the clock.
Right, I think we just need to go. I'm going to cast my increased reflexes. Everyone turn on your powers, load your guns. Sad Bear, take a Prozac, and let's get going.
Through the astral link, you're just getting a sense of... What the fuck?
It's the thing that people used to say to me when I was in the Cecil Sadness Ball. We are going to do a thing. Let's go! So then we can leave this awful, horrible place and never come back.
Through the astral link. Now, leave this place and never come back, I can get behind. So how many hits on your increased reflexes there, Tycoh?
I got 3 hits.
Alright.
And I got 7 hits to resist the drain, Jesus.
Well, that's all of Tyger's dice luck eaten.
Nice.
I have some store-bought dice luck, I'll be fine. By which I mean I have 1 point of edge still to spend.
Okay, so Mav, I'm actually going to leave target selection to your target selection to you. Do whatever magic you need to do, and tell me when you're done, and I'll set the van moving.
Nothing I do takes longer than 3 seconds.
Mav, are you popping your adept power?
I will pop it as we're driving up.
Okay.
Duncan, do you have any combat-oriented adept powers? Have you figured out how any of your magic works yet?
Tycoh, I still don't know how to turn my eyes off, chummer. Apparently the whole reason I seem to be getting better at decking nowadays is adept powers, but I don't know how that works either, so... No?
I mean, it's a demi-ontological logical effect. That's like day one of, like, magic school.
Which I have not been to.
And how many of us went to magic school, Tiger?
I mean, I can give you some of the textbooks from, like, my first year at uni if you want.
I can tell you a bit about adept powers that won't be in textbooks.
Are you smashing the doors down, or is this getting philosophical?
Oh, right. As the van is careening towards the door, can I lean out and acid blast it, please?
Rid, I will hop into Hot Sim.
Oh, bold.
We're doing the shooty bangs.
Indeed.
And there are drones that need shotty banged.
So, Sunshine, I suggest you strap yourself in. I know you don't do hot sims that often. You're going to lose most of the control you have over your body.
Yep.
Toiger is, like, focusing on, like, encouraging Sad Bear to get in the van.
Sad Bear doesn't need to get into the back. Sad Bear can just materialize behind someone.
I told Sad Bear he could do that, and he got even sadder. He wants to be in the van with us.
Okay, Sad Bear can get in the van. Sad Bear is the same size as the van. I suggest that Sad Bear materialize inside their van and make their Trigger have a really bad day.
Okay, so the van is going to careen towards the thing. I'm going to use one of my 3 services, explain to Sad Bear that there are various different astral signatures in there. One of them is an unconscious woman. Do not harm her, is the first instruction. There's one person who's semi-conscious, meaning the rigger, and I send him like a quick flash of what that looks like.
Yep, you give him his astral signature.
Go in there and kill him first, and then I send him the astral signatures of the other 2. Once you've done that, attack one or both of these people.
Cool. So, as we go into combat, could I ask everybody to roll their initiatives for me, please? Alright, so, are you guys smashing through a big old warehouse door then?
As we're driving up, I activate my adept powers, and then the shooting starts.
Okie doke.
I blast the door with acid first, so the van survives a little bit better.
So I'm going to do this out of combat time, and we will then go into combat time. As you enter through the door, could I get your acid stream spell there, Toiger?
Okie dokie. I'm asking this at force 4. 5 hits.
It cannot dodge, so please resist your 2 drain, and it's gonna need to resist 9 damage.
I got 3 hits on my resist drain, and I was resisting 2.
Acid sprays from Toiger's fingertips as the van hammers towards it. Huggy's mentally got the accelerator right down now. Huggy, from your perspective, you are the van. This feels opening the throttle, opening the amount of air getting into the cylinder heads. It feels a bit like just breathing in really deeply and then surging forwards as the wheels, the rubber just bites into the tarmac and powers the van forwards. Is anybody else doing anything to the door on the way in, or is it now up to the van?
Huggy is also opening up on the door with his LMG.
Okay, what kind of shot is this? Long, narrow, short, wide?
Oh, it could be long, narrow. So what she's aiming to do is to cut 2 lines of shots up the door.
Alright.
So that there's it reduces some of the structural integrity.
This sounds like a full auto burst to me, which is 10 rounds. So the recoil on that would be -9. However, I take it that this is recoil comped by a van. So
One would hope so.
This will do 9 extra damage. Could you give me your roll there, please, Huggy, with that LMG?
Sure.
You're not using gel rounds today.
No, I am not. I'm also not using explosive rounds because there's a person inside there. So this is standard.
Yep.
There's +2 for hot sim. That's 5 hits.
Nice. So with the base damage of the weapon, that'll be 11 plus the 9 from the full auto burst. That's 20 physical this thing's got to resist. I'm not bothering rolling. It doesn't have enough dice. So as you guys are just driving towards this Huggy, you just fire 5 rounds up one side, 5 rounds up the other, and along with what Toiga's done, the van just slams into it, and just a square of door just gets chucked across the room. This slams into the top of the van and just goes pinwheeling off into the back of the warehouse somewhere. And we're now in combat, so let's put you into order.
So when the van goes through it, does it just go da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da?
No, it plays a MIDI version of Ride of the Valkyries.
Huggy, you wonderful knobhead.
Sorry.
That's fine. So, speaking of Huggy, it's actually your turn first. There are 2 people who look surprised as shit. One of them is currently dropping their cards and reaching for a gun. It's your turn. You're in the van. What are you doing?
I am going to take a long, narrow burst at the Doberman.
Okay. Just putting this out there as something you can do. You don't have to do it. So you can take a long burst and a short burst. You can also take 1 full auto burst if you would like to, like you did to the door.
Actually, that's a good point. I might as well just keep the full auto on. I need to just be keeping track of my bullets.
Yeah, so you used 10 rounds last time.
Right, I will fire a full auto burst at the Doberman.
Alright, go for it.
That's 3 hits.
Alright, so you've got 2 net hits on this Doberman, as the chunk of door has just gone flying across the room. You've not mentally taken your finger off the make DACA button, and you just pull the gun down. There's a couple of rounds that go flying off to who knows where, who cares where, and just hold it on the Doberman, and it's going to have to resist 9, 18 physical.
Nice.
And this is AP -1, yeah?
This is AP -1.
Well, it resisted 4 of that, so it's just taken 14 physical damage, and it just explodes. Some of the ammo cooks off. There's chunks of drone bouncing off the walls. One of the 2 figures that was sat at the table, looks female, just ducks as one of the chunks of the Doberman's tracks just narrowly misses her head. Speaking of her, it's her turn, and she is going to open up on she's going to try and shoot to where the front seat should be. I'm going to call this a -4 because she can't really see what she's aiming at. I'm going to say odds. So, Toiga and Mav, you're in the front seat, yeah?
Yep.
Sunshine, are you on the front bench seat, or are you hanging out in the back?
No, I'm in the back.
Yeah, cool. So odds it's Toiga, evens it's Mav. It's a 4. This will be at Mav. So
with all the love in the world, oh thank God.
Alright, so I'm gonna say she's at an additional -2 for just the fucking crazy and the fact that she she can't see you clearly, Mav. So she'll be at a
-. At all. I'm inside a van.
Yeah, so she's on a negative for this. Could you give me a reaction roll? You will get a bonus of +2 because you're in a moving vehicle.
3 hits.
So one of these manages to slam into the wing mirror, and it ricochets back in through where, like, her shot's a little bit wild. It spangs off the wing mirror on Toiga's side, comes in through the open window, and you just feel it graze your hair as it just gets absorbed into the headrest behind you, and you're just going, that was too close, but you're otherwise good. So she won't get a second shot because she had to use her first action to actually, pull the gun, which puts us on to you, Mav.
Excellent. All right, she just took a shot at me. She gets a long, wide burst of stick and shock. No. A long, narrow burst of stick and shock.
Okie doke. Go for it.
Suffer. 4 hits.
She's got 1, so you've had 3 net hits. So you said it was long, was it?
I did. 14.
She's having a bad day, so that'll be half impact.
Mm-hmm.
Ouch. So she stands up, pulls out an SMG, rips off a burst, and then you lean out the window and just dump. First shot catches her in the knee, and she goes down, or starts to, as the electricity just makes her leg jerk all over the place. Second one catches in her hip, 2 in the guts, and then the last one just catches her right in the sternum, and she's just lying on the floor, jerking and twitching, and yeah, she is out.
She used to be a Shadowrunner like us, and then she took stick and shock to the knee.
I mean, stick and shock to the knee is, like, decidedly recoverable from.
Indeed.
I don't think we're going to give her the opportunity.
And unlike her, I started with my weapon in hand, so I do get a second shot.
Alright, so who's your second shot at?
Arms.
Yep, okay, so you're shooting at Jack 5.
Is that his name?
No, it's a reference to Tekken.
Right, that's why I didn't get it.
That's fine. Okay, so
he gets a short, narrow burst of stick and shock.
You'll be at a -2 for switching target.
Also 4 hits.
You have 1 net, so that will be 7, 8, 9 that he's got to resist on half
impact.
Yep. Oh dear. So he only rolled 1 hit. So that's what, 8 stun electric he's just taken?
8 stun electric, and then resist immediate knockout.
Yeah.
If he's not immediately knocked out by damage.
Alright, so he's going to have to make a body plus willpower test with a threshold of 3. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, after rolling that, Mav, he got 1 hit. So he just drops as the electricity takes effect. The gun it goes off a couple of times into the ground before it shakes out of his hand, and he just face plants the table on the way down. You hear the from the ground.
Isn't that the noise you make when you slam your cat balls in a book?
It's an obscure reference, but I'm here for it. I think you'll find it's pronounced Janazitsky, not Jazitsky.
Yeah.
All
we're
right.
such nerds.
Oh god, we are. Well, it would be his turn, but he's the fuck down. Hansel's turn. I take it Hansel is still in the drone rack in your van there, Huggy.
Yup, she is. She will now be deploying. And sorry, I just misgendered Hansel. I think Hansel is the...
Hansel is the boy.
Hansel is the boy. So yeah, he will deploy. And having been previously instructed to open fire on the 2 chromed up humans inside, he will open fire on the chromed up humans inside.
Okie doke.
Regardless of the fact that they're on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, one of them's lying on the ground.
One of them will get back up in 4 combat turns.
No, he won't.
They cannot resist this. The drone has been given instructions and will carry them out as computers do. So please roll it for me, Huggy. Let's find out if this poor idiot dies. So you will only get 1 action here, though, because one of those actions will have to be to launch from the van.
So the first action is deploy. Second action is start opening fire. So this is our long Naho burst.
Let's see it. Daka.
That's 3 hits.
Oh, so that'll be 5 from the long burst, plus 3 from your hits, plus 6 from the weapon itself, so that'll be...
AP minus 1.
Yep, 15 minus 1. Poor sucker.
14, Red.
14, sorry, I misheard that. And I'm not as good at maths as you guys.
You're not as good at maths as Mav. Let's be honest.
So, Huggy, my dear sweet Huggy, my self-declared, no, I'm a terrorist, darling. The guy's on the ground, stunned, and your drones just opened up on him with very much not non-lethal ammo.
No, this is just standard, slugs.
Yeah. How does he die?
Messily. This is less of, this is just, drone moves up. It has, the programming says aim for center of mass. He's lying down. Center of mass is kind of, is like the twitching ball on the floor. And the bullets just go straight through him. He is now a wet ball that is no longer twitching.
Yeah, poor bastard didn't even have time to piss himself from the electricity before he just got eviscerated with gunfire.
Yup.
Well, he's having a day. Sunshine, your turn.
Not anymore.
So, which opposing drones are still up?
So, there are 2 roto drones, but they are on the roof of the building that you are currently in.
Okay.
So, it would take them some time to get here. You can also see the icon for the van, and you can also see the icon for the opposing rigger, so his comlink.
His comlink. I will attempt to attack his comlink then, please.
Alrighty.
Because if I brick that, I don't need to brick the drones.
Indeed.
So that would be... sorry, should have declared this earlier, but since we're going in loud, my agent will be running.
Yep. Alright, so the agent will be going much later, but we'll come to that at the appropriate time.
Yep.
So you're launching an attack on this poor rigger. Go for it.
Yep. Do I just roll attack?
Yep.
I'm also going to pre-edge this.
Oh, breaking out the big matrix guns.
Yep.
Oof.
7 hits. Yep, I'll do
Nice. So you've got 5 net. What's the rating of your attack program, please?
It is rating 4 at the moment. Need to get a better one.
Alright, so that will be 9 matrix damage that this poor schlub's got to resist. Yeah, you guys are not pulling your punches today.
Nope.
No, they're not.
Pulling punches is how you get killed.
Pulling punches is explicitly what we are trying to avoid anyone having to do.
Yeah, true.
With 5 net hits, this guy's going to have to resist 9 matrix damage. Let's see how he does. Well, he soaked one of it. So what does this look like when you hit this guy's icon in the matrix? It looks like his icon looks like a spanner made up of 1s and 0s.
Yeah, so Sunshine's avatar, which gets that sort of Cortana body made out of like tumbling code, throws like energy balls at him with a very kind of slightly scripted attack animation that doesn't perfectly sync up when it resets. So there's like a little jump in the animation because it's not the best.
Yeah, cheap attack program.
Oh god.
At some point, Sunshine,
I need to get a bit. Yeah.
Like when you and Tycoh went shopping, me and you need to go shopping on the Matrix to get you a new avatar.
Oh, that episode is gonna get weird. Alright.
So, yeah, throws this ball of glowy blue 1s and 0s that just smashes into this spanner, and it, like, briefly turns red, sort of breaks up into glitchy chunks, and a load of 1s and 0s fall off it and don't come back.
Yeah.
It's still just about there, but it's obviously not a very happy icon.
No, it isn't. Tycoh, your turn.
My turn. Okay. Who can I see that is still alive? Can I see any of the drones, or
You can't see any drones. There's one person lying on the floor who is moving there, but it's more kind of their back is arching and they can't move. They're still unconscious, but they're... Oh, God, that looks unpleasant. The other one is...
Still moving, but only because of ballistics.
Yeah. The drone has exploded. There is also a van that's open. There seem to be 2 bodies inside it. One of them has something on its wrist that seems to be fizzing and sparking. You can't see them clearly, though.
Sad Bear's going to deal with the rigger. Can I sprint over and run into the van to check on Granny?
Huggy, have you hit the brakes yet?
No.
Do you want to get out of a moving vehicle, Toiga?
Not particularly.
Just checking.
Could I roll gymnastics to dodge roll and land elegantly?
Yes. Target number 4.
Yeah, no, I don't know those. No, don't know what I do.
There isn't a huge amount to do at this point. We did,
You could stun bolt the rigger.
Can I see the rigger to stun bolt them? Yes, presumably.
You can see 2 figures inside the van. One of them's got something on its hip that's sparking.
I'm going to stun bolt that one.
Okie doke.
Presumably, one of them looks like a grandmother.
It's dark.
Fair enough.
Yeah, he's human. His eyes are basic bitch. So...
I haven't cast this spell in 100 years. Do I... There's a brief moment where Toiga's like, how do I cast spells that don't involve spraying acid?
Nope, not that one.
Possibly? Umalrel? Conceivably?
Go ahead and roll your spell for me.
2 hits, I'm going to keep both of them. I have to roll to resist 4 drain.
Okie doke. So he's going to have to resist 6 stun off the back of that.
And I take 1 point of stun.
He rolled a big fat 0 on his willpower, so not today, Satan.
These guys are not having a good day.
Yeah.
This isn't even the bottom of pass 1.
No, this is just murder. Is Fenrir doing anything, or is Fenrir just hanging out in the back of the van?
Fenrir is going to deploy because it has been instructed to deploy and attack the opponents.
You have not yet stopped the van, so it would need to make a maneuver roll to do this, because
right.
It's getting ditched out of a moving van. Same target number 4. It's quite high, because if it topples, it's going to go flying.
That's 3 hits.
Alright, so it doesn't quite stay upright as it deploys. It slides along, catches something on the floor, and there's a bang as it topples over. So it won't be able to do anything further this turn. It's a loud clang. It echoes off the walls. It's not taken any damage. It's not done it any hurt. It's just that sort of, drag.
That's the pain.
Yes, I installed a self-writing mechanism. I was watching Robot Wars with Lurtzog. We put a Shriek in that thing. Awesome. Your Strato 9's turn. What's it doing?
It is going to deploy, and it is going to, well, can the drones tell if something's alive?
I would say that for the drone, it can read heat signatures, but it would not be able to tell the difference between Granny and the rigger.
But would it be able to tell that the other Street Sam is still alive?
Yeah?
In that case, it shoots her.
Alright, so long narrow is it?
Deploys, long narrow burst.
You douche canoe, go on then.
Sorry, that's Fenrir. Let me get Gretel.
I'd closed her character sheet, didn't think I'd need it anymore, but apparently Huggy's feeling murderous today.
These guys kidnapped... Okay, so this is going to sound a little bit weirder than it is. These guys kidnapped my boyfriend's employee's grandmother.
You can just say that they kidnapped someone's grandmother. That's bad enough.
Yeah, but Huggy also they interrupted Huggy's downtime. These guys also they made her come into Westmount Graveyard. Huggy is not feeling particularly.
Technically, they interrupted your date.
Yeah, they also interrupted my date. Also, it hasn't Huggy. The pass hasn't come back around to Huggy again, so they're just following the orders they've been given. Huggy has not been given a chance to rescind those orders.
So, roll it for me, please, Huggy. Let's see how badly this poor woman dies.
That's 4 hits, long narrow burst. AP -1.
Oh dear, so that'll be 15 damage, AP -1 this poor woman's got to resist. Let's see how it goes. I'm not holding my breath. Huggy?
See, now I honestly start to feel a little bit bad about this.
Why?
She resisted one of it. How does this poor woman who is unconscious die?
So she's kind of spread-eagled on the floor, spasming slightly. On the drone is, since she's not really able to dodge at all, the drone is basically running on, okay, aim for center of mass, fire. All 6 shots go straight into the center of mass, creating a hole about the size of a watermelon in her chest.
Yeah, there's internal organs all over the concrete. So, Sunshine, on that happy, cheery, fun times note, it's your agent's turn. What instructions did you give it before the start of the fight?
So, since we were driving in and had done the matrix perception and seen all the drones and the rigger, decided, frag it, let's just go for the rigger, then we don't need to bother with the drones. So the agent, same as me, is tasked with taking out the opposing rigger.
Alright, so roll its attack program for me.
Cool. Oh my god, that was a critical glitch.
This is unfortunate. Give me a moment to work out his penalties and roll it.
These are some rather serious penalties from stun damage and the matrix damage.
Yeah. He managed to get 2 hits on his defense. I'm going to say that with the critical glitch, and this is even with his stun penalties and his matrix damage penalties, so he somehow managed to reflect this back at your agent there, Sunshine. What rating is your agent, please?
3.
So I take it its attack program is rating 3 as well?
Yep, its maximum is limited by its rating. So even though I'm 4, it's sliced off to 3.
Yeah, absolutely fine. So in that case, could your agent resist 3 matrix damage?
Yep. Okay, I resist 1 of them, so I take 1 damage. You said it was 2?
3. So yes, it'll take.
Oh, it takes 2 damage.
2 damage. Yeah.
Okay.
So apparently, you need to have a chat with the software developer of that, because frag me.
Yeah, that was. I quickly scroll through the condition status for that. And went, wait, oh my, seriously, a divide by 0, really? Good lord, guys, good lord.
As you're doing that, the Matrix turns to you and says, "You seem to be attempting to use me for Matrix combat. Would you like to buy the upgrade package?"
Yeah.
As you reach out for the little cross, the cross moves.
It's that fucking paperclip again.
Which is now a sentient AI.
Oh god, it's worse than Deus.
Someone has to play at some point a technomancer with a technomentor that is clippy.
Oh god. Tiger, it's Sad Bear's turn. What would Sad Bear like to do?
Sad Bear's first instruction was deal with the rigger and then move on to the others. The others have been moved on to with prejudice.
Great alacrity.
So he's gonna he's moving over on the Astral. He's actually no, because he materialized. He was in the van and now he's jumped out the van. And
I'm gonna call this a charge attack. so you'll get +2. The rigger cannot dodge this. He's in hot sim.
Am I just rolling natural weapon on the character sheet?
Yep, so you're just rolling a melee attack, which in this case is natural weapon for that character sheet.
Obviously, like, he's charging and doing the attack mechanically, but in real life, he's just sort of quietly wandering over with his head hanging low until he gets to the rigger.
And then just stamping on his head.
I'm sorry about this.
He's got 5 hits. What does that do?
Oh, we'll find out. Okay, so he's got to resist, what is it, 12 physical?
Looks like 12.
He rolled 1 hit on his armor resist there. So, how is this rigger dying?
So the bear, like, sort of comes up to him, puts his paws, like, either side of his head, leans his head right down to the guy's face, and then just, like, very gently just sort of licks his face once. The rigger takes a big, long, deep breath in, shudders a little bit, and then just goes completely still. And then with no more instructions to follow, the bear just sort of blows away into the wind.
Oh. So, I'm going to drop us out of combat at this point. What would you guys like to do? Huggy...
Did that take us less than 1 pass?
Yeah.
Huggy, stop the van!
Huggy would like to stop the van.
Please make me a pilot ground vehicle test. I'm going to say... Target number...
You don't need to tell us the target number, just let Huggy
I
roll.
don't, but... target number 2.
I got 2 hits.
Nice. Your braking was assisted by a door. The door is still kind of rocking from one side to the other, making that weird metallic noise in the background somewhere. Meanwhile, the 2 people who were at the card table, they're bleeding out rapidly.
They are already dead. They are dead.
Yeah, they are fucked. There's an exploded Doberman. There's also a van with a Grannie and the corpse of a rigger in it. What are you guys doing?
Okay, so let's get the Grannie, get Grannie into the medical bed, and let's get the frag out of here. Unless one of you wants to try and hotwire and steal a van.
Make me again, pilot groundcraft plus logic.
Could we steal the van?
We could steal the van.
That's 2 hits.
So, 2 hits. You're a rigger. You'll know this. It'll be linked to the guy's comlink, and there's a good chance there's a control spike around here somewhere. The 6th world equivalent of keys.
Right, who here can drive?
I can drive.
Mav, find the control spike.
Are we actually just stealing their van?
Then we will have a van we can sell.
It is likely to be a trap.
I'm of the opinion we should just grab Granny, steal what value, steal everything that isn't nailed down, and then leg it for the hills.
Ryd, did we know who these guys that we've just splashed were? Are they another team of runners?
As far as you know, they're just Shadowrunners. That's it. And you just geeked them hard.
These guys, I mean, the way they're acting, they seem like runners.
Yeah, these guys look like runners.
They do, and they don't look like they're uniformed. They are...
Yeah, so they're runners.
Also, given the situation, I don't think this guy was hiring, was getting Shiawase security to help him out of this.
Yeah, no, I think this is just a van. Either way, what's quicker, digging around for a control spike and trying to drive it across town, or grabbing Abuela, dumping her in the van, and then fleeing this awful, ghoul-infested, terrible, ghoul-infested, scary, depressing, and, might I add, ghoul-infested hellhole?
Well, they just geeked some metahumans.
Tell you what, we put on a buffet for them. They should be on their knees thanking us. Someone text Marty and tell Hazel to liquefy her enemies while we abduct this poor old woman, but in a...
We are not doing that until we have got this woman out of Westmount.
Well, someone grab her legs.
I help her into the van.
Is she unconscious?
By which I mean carrier.
Yes.
Rid, can I make a... Actually, we didn't completely brick the Rigger's comlink, did we?
Nope. You got halfway there, and then he got stunned and then killed.
Can I just try and grab the Rigger's comlink and see if I can get it to work to unlock the van?
So, you would need to hack it, but at this point you'd only be up against the comlink's own firewall and stuff like that, and who the frag keeps IC on a comlink? Only the most fragging paranoid of deckers, that's who. So, Tin Hat probably does. In fact, Tin Hat definitely does. He's probably got... Oh god, that man's probably got black IC on his comlink. Jesus.
That man probably has black IC on his cyber eye.
He probably has black IC on his fridge node.
Varför nisod oxex för boen nila Tin Hat.
Alright, so I'm going to save a little bit of time on this one. So you know what? I'm going to say that you can crack this comlink, even if you get in and it starts beeping furiously. There's fuck all it can do about it, because the owner's not there to turn it off. So yeah, you can crack his comlink. Takes you, I'm going to say, about 5 minutes. Between the fight and finding the damn thing and all the rest of it, moving Grannie in there. So you're now at 4 hours and 55 minutes.
I'm not entirely sure the clock is relevant at this point.
I've got it, so I'm going to maintain it.
I think we might have removed the thread.
I made a thing, Mav. Let me enjoy my thing.
Right, Mav, do you want to drive the van, or do you want me to just slave it up to drive it behind me?
All right, so Sunshine, you've cracked into this comlink. Still got some fly spies attached to it, and a van, and a couple of roto drones.
Ooh, free drones.
Okay, I order all of the drones to get into the stolen van.
So, given it's GMC Hermes,
it has drone racks.
Yeah, it comes with drone racks. So the roto drones outside fly in and dock with the drone racks. They look like sort of tubes on the side that the drone lands in. The rotors fold in, and then they lower in, and a roof slides over the top of it. And the fly spies dock as well. They just go into the van and just hang off the ceiling. So, yeah, I was not expecting you to get hold of that many toys off this run, so we'll need to rustle up a GMC Hermes icon as well. More fool me as a GM.
Always expect us to acquire toys on runs.
Yeah. Are you stealing anything else that ain't nailed down, or...?
Did the Street Sams have anything interesting that wasn't, built into their bodies?
Well, they both had Ingram smart guns.
Do I want an Ingram smart gun? Not really. Any interesting ammo?
Just standard.
Tiger grabs the smart guns, chucks them into the back, we'll sell them.
Yep, so you get a pair of Ingram smart guns. So, now that you have Hazel's grandma in hand, it's time to get the hell out of here.
Absolutely.
Stepping back out into the darkness outside the warehouse, you see far more lights on the Jersey Shore than you remember there being. Then you realise those aren't lights. They're milky white eyes reflecting back at you. One of the ghouls in an armoured jacket steps forward into the light and raspily shouts,
"Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys. You gotta pay the toll to pass the right half. Decide which one of you you're handing over, and the rest go free without any trouble. If not..."
He pulls back the cocking hammer on a decrepit AK.
"We got extra portions all around."
I have stared down hungrier predators than you. They blinked first. Get out of my way before I liquefy you.
There's about 30-odd ghouls there, Toiga. So, yeah, you did drive out, but there's 30-odd ghouls ringing the place with an assortment of firearms. Tycoh, could you roll me a quick astral perception check?
Yep. 5 hits.
So, all of the ghouls are appearing on the astral. One of them in particular seems to glow a lot more, and he's got... Oh, his eyes are sunken, his face looks weird, you don't even need to sense this guy to tell he's a toxic shaman. He looks freaky as all hell, like tiny, wispy little bits of beard hanging on all over the place. And the spirit that's with him is worse. It makes you feel sick. It's definitely a toxic spirit. Its face looks a bit like a skull that's been ripped open in the middle and stitched back together with just smoke coming from the eyes. It feels awful.
There are 3 corpses in there. You can have them if you just let us go. I do not have time for this at the moment.
There's 3 deadies in the warehouse.
Yep. Showdown. Bon appetit.
Well, you paid triple on the toll. Get the frag out of here.
Happily. Goodbye.
Lunchtime, boys.
We are fragging leaving.
And the ghouls just run past the van into the warehouse. As they do, Tycoh, the shaman stops outside the van on his way in and just gives you a smile and a wink and walks in.
We are getting the frag out of here. We're getting the frag out of here now.
Good.
Yep.
Oh, mighty cat protects me. Okay. Who has texted Marty? I hope it's at least 2 of us. In fact, I'm going to text him now.
Good shout.
Huggy is very much focused on getting the frag out of here now.
Dearest Marty, we have rescued Hazel's grandmother. She is presently unconscious, but receiving medical attention. We shall see you shortly. Warmest regards, Tycoh. And then, cat emoji.
So you get a text back just saying...
Good work. Hazel's gonna break her. Could you get to the guy's apartment and get something to blackmail him with?
You could send him that email from,
Again.
To start with.
Yeah, when you do, you basically get a text back saying, it's a good start, but we'll need a little bit more of that to be certain.
Right, let's break into the guy's house.
Where is the guy's house? We know this.
So, by the way, we are heading south down West Shore Parkway, and I don't care where we're going there via the east coast of Staten Island.
What, so we don't have to go through the graveyard on the main road?
So we are going as far away from the graveyard as we possibly can. Oh, fragging ghouls, man. I really want to not hate them, but they're so fragging horrible.
Oh, one of those ghouls was a toxic magician. It was deeply, revoltingly poisonous. I am never going to feel clean again. When we finish here, I'm going to my lodge, I am locking the door, I am lighting some incense, and I'm going to summon Cat herself to sit at the door.
That one of those ghouls was a fragging toxic shaman.
Yep, and he had a toxic spirit with him.
How the frag did we get out of there alive?
Because we bribed them with corpses.
Yeah, ghouls are 3 things, and 2 of them are hungry.
Frag. Oh, frag. Oh, frag. Oh, frag. Oh, frag. Oh, frag.
Does anyone know anyone who owns, a nuclear missile, or, a Thor shot, or is, owed a favor by any of the great dragons?
This new place, I think you said it earlier, this place needs to have just, I don't know if you can carpet Thor shot something, but that's what needs to happen to this place. It can't make it any worse than it already is.
Huggy, I think you misunderstand what adding more death to death would do.
I'm not a mage, I just want this place to be wiped off the face of the earth.
So Tycoh's got his comlink out and he's opened a couple of different little tabs of charts and numbers. And in order to distract himself for how awful this place is to drive through, he seems to be doing some calculations, some magic. He seems to be doing a few things. Right. If we could get 17 Skyrakers aligned north by northwest and 4 aligned south by southeast, and position them here, here, and here. We would need to minorly divert the Hudson ley line, but I don't think that would be that difficult. We might be able to remove toxic influences from this place in 174 years.
Did you just feng shui the Westmound graveyard?
Yeah, no, I specialized in Western astrology at uni. I'm not very good with this whole feng shui nonsense, but wuxing, you need to know what you're on about.
So Huggy is heading south down East Shore Expressway, and I don't know where we're going yet, but wherever we're going, we are going there. We're getting there via the east coast of Staten Island, because I'm trying to get as far away from Westmound as possible.
Absolutely reasonable. And while you're having this conversation, while you're doing this, Huggy, you're having a conversation, or somebody is, with Marty via text message. You've let him know that Hazel's granny's safe. He's told you that Hazel is going to rip this person up one side and down the other. And he's basically asking you, look, you hang on to Granny McDermott for the time being, because she's safe with you, or hand her off to somebody who can keep her safe, so that Tanaka has no fragging clue where she is, and go and get some compromat. So I think that this is a good place to leave the session, with you guys about to go off and find the guy's apartment.
Can you tell us where his apartment is?
I was just about to come to that. 2 seconds.
So, toy guy, I was planning on getting myself a new sin. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible to get myself a new astral signature so that ghoul can never find me again?
No. There are a number of spells that will let you mask your astral signature. You need to do this thing called Initiate in order to get access to them, and I can't do that. I was partway through finding a way to basically increase my background magical level, but I got most of the way through that, and then we got distracted, shadow running. Hopefully, once we've rescued... What is this poor unconscious old woman's name, by the way? Until I got poked her a couple times.
Don't poke her. You'll disturb the machine. The machine is doing its job.
So, once we finish doing this, I will get better at doing magic, and I'll do my best to find a way for you to mask your astral signature so that horrible, horrible thing never finds you again. Not horrible thing because he's a ghoul, horrible thing because he's a toxic shaman.
Yeah, the toxic shaman with a gang of ghouls on command is the thing that worries me.
The concerning thing is, he didn't seem to be the leader that was shouting at you. The other guy, he had a lot of cyber. So, he's a scary motherfragger.
Oh no, cyber ghouls.
Yeah.
Oh, flag.
So the information that Marty sent you about Tanaka's apartment, it seems to be in East Riverside in Manhattan. So it's northern part of Manhattan Island next to the Bronx. It's in a AA rated area.
Frag's sake.
I'm honestly not entirely sure. No, I do know which of those places is worse. But Manhattan is certainly up there.
Yes, it is. Are you even allowed there?
No.
Thank you for spending some time with us and listening to the Pride Against Prejudice podcast. We hope that you enjoyed the show and look forward to seeing you again in 2 weeks' time for our next episode. In the meantime, this has possibly been one of the team's more profitable runs, grannies and ghouls notwithstanding. What was your most profitable run? Let us know on our Discord. Intro is More Human Than Human by Karl Cassey, and the background music is also by Karl Cassey. Outro music is Neon Thrills by Luck Hash, and all sound effects are credited in the show notes. The Tops Company Inc. has granted permission to the Pride Against Prejudice podcast to use such names, logos, artwork, marks, and or any other proprietary material for promotional and informational purposes on its website, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with the Pride Against Prejudice podcast in any official capacity whatsoever. All other works mentioned in this podcast remain the property of their respective owners. The Pride Against Prejudice podcast is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution 4.0 license, so if you want to use any part of the show, please give us the credit. See you next time, chummers.